We are back here for the second round of racing today with event number 51. These are the dash events, so they are only 500 meters. I'm your host, Ali Zimmerman, and I'm joined today by
Mike Petrochenko. So the dash event here, the athletes are going to be racing 500 meters. So coming out of the starts, they're going to be rowing at higher race paces than you would normally see in a 2,000 meter race. This event here, this men's heavy dash, was first rowed in 1892 when it was a quarter-mile event, and it was won by Vesper. In this event, the record holder here, Jim Dietz from Nyack, he's won this event 13 times between 1967 and 1982, and his son Jim Dietz Jr. has also won this event twice.
We are looking at the field here. We have in lane 2, Laird Brown from Winnipeg. Lane 3, we have Graham Blaskovich from Vic City. In lane 4, Mick Malawani from Hanlan. Lane 5, Steve Payne from UVic. Lane 6 is Charlie Alexander from Sudbury. And in lane 7, John Caron from Saratoga.
So the athletes for this race, they would have been warming up from about the 500 meter to the 1,000 meter mark. They don't get as much time to warm up as they would for a normal race. So the umpire's flag that we see there, they're getting the boats lined up. There's a special pontoon brought in to make sure the bows are lined up. And it looks like the starter has called the athletes to attention.
These races go by so fast, and they're off. You'll see they're trying to get that stroke rate as high as they can get it and hang on. It's only 500 meters here. Last year's winner was Matt Finley. He won this in a time of 1:32. So this race will go by fairly quickly.
Yeah, the athletes had to qualify to get into the final here. So they were racing this morning in dashes. Plus, they may have also had their other semifinals or finals to race in today, too.
So the strategy in a race like this, I don't really think there is a race plan so much as just get ahead and stay ahead. Their stroke rate, they don't really have time to let the stroke rate come down. My guess is they're rating as close to 40, if not above.
Yeah, I have UVic, who looks like they may have pulled out a little bit ahead, around 40 strokes a minute right out of the gates. And they're not really going to drop it down from that. There is no race pace that's a more sustainable pace that you'd see in a 2,000 meter race. These guys are going to get it up nice and high, and they're going to hold it for as long as they can.
Graham Blaskovich, a very experienced athlete, I believe rowing for the University of Victoria and pulling out a bronze medal in 2015, I want to say, at the FISU World University Championships in the 8.
Yeah, over on the far side, we have John Caron and Charles Alexander. They're both rating around 40 strokes a minute. You can see here there's really not a lot of space between the boats. So the officials in the finish tower, they're going to be busy today because you're not going to see a lot of space between the top boats in a 500-meter dash.
Let's see who's going to take this. It's going to be tight. Charlie Alexander, fresh off the World Championships. They're looking across, and it's going to be...
Looks like lane 4 out of
I'm going to go
Hanlan.
ahead and say I think it was Mick Malawani out of Hanlan. So Mick Malawani, a former Harvard athlete, and before that, Upper Canada College.
So in the finish tower, which is directly across from us, just above the Rowing Canada flag, or the Canada flag, that's where they're going to be looking at the photo finishes to distinguish who came first, second, and give us official times.
It does look like Mick out of Hanlan coming through the winning time, 1:40.82, coached by Ian Wilson, a St. Catharines native as well.
Yeah, so Mick has won the Murphy Brothers Trophy. With this event, Frank Murphy from St. Catharines, he's won this event 5 times. The first time he won it was 1983. The last time he won it was 2001. His brother John Murphy has also won this trophy 3 times. John also won the lightweight single dash 3 more times. So the Murphy brothers have been heavily involved in this event for the past 30 years.
So big congratulations. That's quite a big margin in terms of 500 meters. Hanlan Boat Club winning time 1:40.82 over top of Laird Brown from Winnipeg.